Hi CPA! Today we're going to talk a little bit about college entrance exams like the SAT and the ACT. So first of all, we're going to talk about whether you even need to have an entrance exam or not, and when to figure out if you do need to have a college entrance exam before you apply to colleges. We're going to be talking about the difference between SATs and the ACT. And we're also going to talk a little bit about how to prepare for a college entrance exam and where you could find resources to do that. You may ask yourself, do I even need to take an entrance exam to get admitted into college? Well, the answer to that question is maybe. Some colleges require that you take an entrance exam in order to be admitted. If you want to know which colleges, you'll need to do research to determine if a specific college you want to apply to requires the entrance exam. Some colleges are test optional, which means that the colleges will allow you to submit SAT scores, but they don't require it. This is helpful if you have done well on the exam and maybe not as well in your other classes. So this can help your chances of getting into a program. Some colleges are text flexible, which means that the colleges may require you to submit an SAT score or an ACT score if you have not met specific requirements for that college. For an example, if you haven't met the minimum GPA. Other colleges, like a lot of the state colleges here in California, are test blind, which means that the colleges won't even consider SAT or ACT scores even if they are submitted. So what is the difference between the SAT and the ACT? Most students at CPA tend to take the SAT. You can register and find dates and locations at collegeboard.org. The SAT includes a reading and writing section as well as a math section. The math will cover arithmetic, algebra 1 and 2, geometry, trigonometry, and data analysis. There is a greater emphasis on algebra in the SAT. There's no essay on the SAT, and the final score is between 400 and 1600. For the SAT and the ACT, you both have to take these at an in-person location. The SAT is a computer-based test, so a computer will be necessary, and you could borrow one or request a computer if necessary from the SAT website. The ACT, on the other hand, you could register and find dates and locations at act.org. There is a reading section, an English section, a science reasoning section where you get to pick the science to focus on, a math section that includes arithmetic, algebra 2 and algebra 1, trigonometry, probability and statistics, and there is a greater emphasis on geometry for the ACT than there is on the SAT. There's also an optional essay, and the final scores are between 1 and 36 points. How can you prepare for a college entrance exam? For the SAT, you will first need to determine a time and the location to take the test. You could do this on the College Board website. College Board partners with Khan Academy for SAT prep. So Khan Academy has a free SAT prep course on their website. You could find a link to that on the College Board website as well. The College Board website also has full-length SAT practice tests, and the test prep is available also to buy through Princeton Review, Kaplan, or other programs. So other test prep is not required, but if you want to have more prep, you can purchase that through an outside company. I also recommend to go through the checklist on the College Board website before you take the exam. It'll tell you what software is needed and how to download that and test it before the day of the exam, as well as what to bring on the exam day. For ACT prep, you will also need to determine a time and a location to take the test, and you could do that on the act.org website. There is a free ACT prep test guide that you could request and sign up for on the ACT website. And there is a free class offered through Kaplan. However, if you get more than the one free class, it is available for additional costs. So CPA, another place where you can find some of this information is on the student resources page. So for an example, you could look under SAT resources to find out how to register for the SAT, how to look for dates and locations, a link to the test prep for Khan Academy. You could also find links to full-length practice tests that you can use, as well as a checklist of things to do before you actually take the entrance exam. So if you forget about this later, go to your student resources page to find out more information.